Here we're being asked to support the researcher's hypothesis. So let's find out what that is. Ad recall measures how memorable an ad campaign is. To provide advertisers with information about their ad's memorability, a social media site regularly surveys users about whether they remembered ads they'd recently interacted with on the site. In a study that drew on this survey data, this researcher and colleagues noted that different kinds of social media interactions involve different levels of cognitive engagement. Commenting on or sharing a post is more demanding than clicking on a link or a like button. They hypothesized that interactions indicating high levels of engagement would result in relatively high levels of ad recall. So the idea there is, if you engage at a deeper level with a post, rather than just clicking on an embedded link or clicking on a like button, if you do something deeper, like commenting or sharing the post, then you're more likely to have a high level of ad recall. So you're more likely to remember the ad a few days later. Let's see which answer goes with that. A says, users who interacted with an ad were more likely to do so by clicking on the like button than they were to interact with the ad in another way. Well, the passage is talking more about whether a user who did one type of interaction was more likely to remember, and there was no real mention here of memory at all. B says, users who interacted with an ad were more likely to purchase the advertised product at the time they saw the ad than users who saw the ad but did not interact with it. Here we're hearing about users who interacted versus those who didn't interact. But the point of the text was that users who interacted with the ad more profoundly were more likely to remember. So this doesn't get deep enough into that idea. C. Compared with users who clicked on links in an ad, users who commented on the same ad were more likely to remember seeing the ad when surveyed 2 days later. That's the exact main idea right there, so we love that choice. D. Although users who shared an ad were highly likely to remember details from the ad when surveyed 2 days later, those same users tended to forget those details when surveyed again a week later. So the passage doesn't really talk about remembering it a certain time versus even later than that, sort of comparing two different times. That's outside of what the passage was talking about. So the answer here is C.